what she said. She's magical, mystical, a powerful wonder girl.
Joining us now in studio is spiritual medium Sherry Gallant, who has huge events coming up on March 2nd and 3rd in Ottawa and Toronto, and who is going to give me a mini reading live on air. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So for anyone who doesn't know, what exactly is a spiritual medium?
A spiritual medium is somebody who connects with loved ones on the other side. We're not psychic, we're mediums. We don't tell you your past, present, future. We actually connect with, we're the conduit to loved ones on the other side. So if you have somebody on the other side, what happens is whatever comes through is to give messages to loved ones that are here. It shows us that love is so strong, you can never break that link. Love is so strong that when somebody passes away, they don't just disappear. Love is too strong for that.
Now, you've said that this is a gift you tried to hide for years. Because what, people thought you were...
Weird.
Weird, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So when and how did you realize that you had this ability in the first place?
Well, my whole life growing up, my mother would always say, like, oh, you said that, or you said that was something to that effect, like that's going to happen, or something like that. But then what happened was I was in a horrible car accident in 2000, and I felt very uncomfortable driving for weeks. And what had happened was, it wasn't my fault. It was on a highway, and when I came through after this car accident, I was actually in a graveyard. My car, I was actually in the ditch into a graveyard. And when I came through, about 8-10 feet away was a grave site of a very close friend of mine who had passed away, who I had named my son after. It was like somebody had taken me out of my car and put me back in. And 1 year later, because I had injuries and it took me a year to, go through all the depression and stuff like that. And I went back and I said thank you to him because I truly believe that he was there to protect me.
What do you say to people like Kate, who is an admitted skeptic?
Well,
and even your PR rep said she kind of had to experience what you were doing before she wanted to take you on.
Come on, this is weird. Like, I'll admit, come on. Like, no, really, it's weird. Like, it's really weird. My son tells me I'm weird. My husband tells me I'm weird. Like, it's weird, but it's... Why me? I believe we all have it. It's just that you have to be open.
Yeah, but you said, when you sat down here, you said, I've got one open and one closed.
Yes.
And the open you were pointing towards Christine, and the closed you were pointing towards me. So how can you tell immediately that I'm skeptical?
Energy. Mm-hmm. You're more colder.
I'm chill, but not in a good way.
But the colder, and I feel so much more warmth coming from Christine. I'm not saying you're like a mean person or anything like that, but I just...
Yeah, get out of the studio.
I can see it in the eyes, right? But yeah, and what I would say was come to my show, March 3rd in Toronto, and check it out.
Okay, so listen, now we're going to try this. You managed to grab a quiet moment with Christine before we started this interview. Now, we need to warn our listeners that there may be some dead air for a few seconds while Sherry connects. Don't worry, we're still there. What information did you share with Sherry in the time, Christine, that I did not have my beady eyes and ears on you both?
I really didn't share anything. I closed my eyes. I thought. I sort of reflected on some things. I was just thinking, but I really didn't share any specific information with Sherry at all.
She asked me what I wanted from her. And mediums should never ask you questions. And I don't mean like, do they have brown hair? Mm-hmm. I mean like pulling information out. Mm-hmm. I had first said to Christine, the only thing I want from you, and this should be the only thing you ever give a medium, is a yes, no, maybe, or I'm not sure.
Okay, well then let's...
So with Christine, I had started off because I felt a female presence coming from her, from a loved one on the other side, and I felt like it was a mother figure. But this mother figure I felt was gone for quite some time. And she was more concerned about a female that's here. And this female that's here, I felt like there's distance with Christine and with this young female. And when I felt like it was a B, for some reason I wanted to say like a Becky. And then what had happened was the message to Christine was, and this is another thing, like a lot of personal stuff comes out, so I hope you're open, and was, you need to know that you are and always was an amazing mother. You did everything you could. This will pass. This too shall pass. And I feel like this connection is going to come back, and it's going to come back stronger than ever. I feel like there's something you're missing out on, and I felt there's a couple, I see small children. I see this woman actually around a lot of kids, but there's 2 young children specifically. And this female that's on the other side brought in a male by hand, and it says, we're together again. So what happened was this male is the one who is saying to you, he's a big fan, something to do with these kids. And I don't know if it's like soccer or there's hockey or something, but I could see a number 21. And I wanted to say it's like a jersey number or something like that. He's also was showing me some round, it looked like coins to me, but it looked like there was something attached. So I wanted to say medals. And I feel like somebody is holding on to something that's his that are medals. He also shows me that May is a significant month.
Yes.
Very significant. May and December.
Yes.
Are 2 significant months. He wants to thank you. This is a father figure. And for some reason, he showed me a Santa Claus outfit. I don't know what that, so I call it my dictionary. They show me things for me to say. It's not for me to make sense out of. It's for you to make sense out of. So I don't know.
Wants to thank me?
He wants to thank you, yes. Something to do with him. He's dancing again. He's free again. And you know that. Very strong, independent person, but I don't feel like he could have been here. Does that make sense to you? I feel like his independence. He's got his independence back. He's dancing. He's
yes.
He's moving again, and he's dancing with this woman.
I hope it's your mom.
The female on the other side. The female on the other side. I want to say Cheryl.
Okay, we're going to have to just, we're going to have to, I would love to hear, I mean, it was fascinating. We should know, if you're listening to us, that Sherry was like scribbling, writing down notes. She's covered an entire page with stuff that we will never be able to read. But Christine, I know a lot of that. I know about you and your life. Yep. I know about you and your life.
Absolutely on the money.
Yeah.
Everything
Yep.
is on the money.
From the name.
She's known me for years.
So to your grandchildren, to the name, taking care of your father.
Taking care of my father,
after
who was
your mother's
half paralyzed, who is now...
He was half paralyzed?
For 25... Like, he had a aphasia. He was half paralyzed. So my mum died, and he died only 5 years ago. So he was in a wheelchair for
So she was
a long
gone
time.
first. She was gone first.
And now they're together again, and now he's not...
They're dancing.
They're dancing.
I
mean...
And you named her daughter and her 2 grandchildren.
Yeah.
Did I say names for...
You said shh, and my mother's name was Shirley Ann, but they called her Shan.
Shan.
And you said Becky?
Becky.
My daughter.
Okay, can I ask you one question, though? Because it's still there. Was your mom a smoker? Because something about... She's got a cough or something.
Yes, she died of lung cancer.
Okay, so now that you've heard it...
Are you a convert?
Now that I'm going to see if I can get anything out of her a little later. So how do people, first of all, the shows are in Ottawa March 2nd and March 3rd in Toronto.
Yes.
So how do people get tickets? Where do they go?
They can go to livenation.com or they can go to ticketmaster.ca.
Ticketmaster.ca. And how do they connect with you if they want to connect with you?
They can
on
go
this
to
side of the real
my
world.
website, www.sherrygallant.com. I do have a 3 to 4 year waiting list, so if you really want to come see me, I would suggest buying a ticket and
you do this kind of thing in that huge live show?
Yes, and I love it. The compassion, and I can't even tell you how grateful I am to be able to make somebody feel good. When I get emails from people and they just sincerely tell me how much I've changed their life or given them life back, just to show there's life after.
All right.
After we pass.
So anybody in Toronto or Ottawa who would like to get the same feeling I'm getting, go buy some tickets. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.
And we'll be right back here on 105.9 The Region.
Well, she